Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Car Wash Magazine Live. As always, I'm your host, Matt DeWolf, Editor-in-Chief of Car Wash Magazine. Hey, so you might notice, maybe you don't, we've got some green lights going on behind me today. I just happen to have some LED lights I was messing around with, and so in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we're going green today. So if you celebrate that holiday, go have fun today. If you don't celebrate that holiday, I'm sorry for you. Just kidding. No, hopefully you all are having a little fun with it. In our house, I know it's about to go down. We're on our annual quest to catch a leprechaun. Haven't caught one yet, so maybe this year's the year. If not this year, there's always next year. If you guys are having some fun, maybe you're gonna turn your foam green. That'd be kind of fun, right? Maybe your lights are all green like these back here. Whatever you're doing, remember, keep the fun in the thing, because washing cars is no fun if you're not having fun washing cars. And in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I've got a couple of things for you. Number one is I've got a car wash version of the Irish toast, or the Irish blessing. Friends, may the wind always be at your back. May all of your customers be full of good cheer. And may it always be a great day to wash cars. There you go. There's your toast today. Cheers, my friends. And now I'm sorry in advance for this, but as a purveyor of bad jokes, I've got to tell this one because it came to me this morning in a moment of either pure genius or pure idiocy. So, what do you call it? Are you guys ready? You got to be ready. I haven't given you a joke for a while. What do you call it when you're concerned that your tricolor coverage is not as good as your competitors? Anybody? FOMO. Hey, there you go. There you go, friends. Hey, if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of these episodes and you want to make sure you get all kinds of great content, download our app. There's the QR code for you. Make sure you download that thing because it will give you all the information you need when you need it, which is right away. Any app store you're kind of playing in there, go download it, check it out, let us know what you think. Now it's time for a little bit of news. So every year, International Car Wash Association does award some emerging leadership scholarships. These are for people under the age of 45 and kind of the up-and-comers in this industry. The idea being to get them to the car wash show and give them an opportunity to kind of experience that, get around their peers and see how great this industry really is. And so, without further ado, here are the 5 winners of this year's Emerging Leaders Scholarship. We'll put them up on the screen for you there. Tyler Schreck from Autobell Car Wash, Tara Huntley from RPM Express Wash, Iona Kearney from Speedy Sparkle Car Wash, Taylor Kiley from What a Wash South 14, and Miller Clayton, Washbox Car Wash. Congratulations to those folks. Join me in a big congratulations for those individuals, and if you know them, reach out and say, hey, great job. If you don't know them, try and connect with them at the Car Wash Show in Nashville, May 9 through 11, and maybe you'll make a new friend. So, what else do we have for you going on in the news? Look, it wouldn't be a news day if there wasn't a little bit of acquisition and growth conversations. So we've got Splash in Connecticut growing to number 46 with its latest 140-foot tunnel. And then we've got, in Pennsylvania, we've got Mr. Magic, love Mr. Magic, growing to 12 locations there in that state. So Pennsylvania, Mr. Magic, 12 locations. Now, we're going to get into something today. And if you were lucky enough to be at the Car Wash Show in Las Vegas in the fall, you maybe caught some of this conversation. If you didn't catch it, we're going to play that for you here in just a minute. This is Andrea Vahl. Andrea is the co-author of Facebook Marketing for Dummies. Insert dummy joke here. And she's going to help us kind of assess what we should be doing with our digital marketing campaigns, whether we should be all in on Meta and Facebook or whether we should be considering some other things. We'll get into that in just a couple of seconds here. Before we do that, I do want to just say that we appreciate you all tuning in. One way, if you want to support what we're doing here, you can do that by joining the International Car Wash Association. It's $10 a month, $120 a year, and you get all the access to all the things. Not the least of which, yesterday there was a pretty amazing consumer study presentation by ICA Research Director Bob Klein, and that was members only, friends. So members got that invite. We had a bunch of members on that call. getting some of those insights straight from our ICA research director. So that was pretty cool. So if you want to support us, if you want to have all the access, you do that right down there, carwash.org/join. All right, shameless plug over. Now it's time, friends, for Andrea Vahl, co-author of Facebook Marketing for Dummies, coming to you from the Car Wash Show 2021 conversation in Las Vegas. Joining me on the stage now is Andrea Vahl. Andrea is a Facebook marketing expert and co-author. No, not co-author.
Yeah, co-author.
You are a co-author.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to give you more credit.
No.
Oh, man.
No,
all right.
it's a team effort.
Yeah, Andrea is a co-author of Facebook Marketing for Dummies, which I know I need. And we're going to talk a little bit today about some of the content from that, some of the content that Andrea's picked up along the way, and what she really is an expert in. So Andrea was speaking earlier today in a premium session. Do you have another one of those?
No, so it was 2 sessions this morning, so yeah.
This is your last chance.
This is it.
Yes, this is your last chance. Okay, so Andrea, first, thanks for being here. It's so special to have you.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Thanks.
Help us, please. We don't know lots of things, but I think what we want to focus on is how do we know how much money we should be spending on Facebook, on YouTube? Like, where do we go? Where do we spend the money? What do we do?
Right. And the great thing is that's a big question that people ask a lot because it is hard to decide how to develop your ad strategy and how to approach it holistically too, because there's lots of places you can spend money: YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram. And the good news is you don't have to spend a lot of money to be effective. So because this is local, you can just be spending maybe even just like $50 a month on Facebook ads to be effective and getting in front of your best potential customer often during that month. And then when you've got bigger promotions, maybe you're spending a couple $100s at that time to really promote that event, or that maybe it's a special push that you want to have towards your unlimited, unlimited car wash deals or things like that.
Yeah, so super awesome. We don't have to spend that much money. We always like that, right? Tell us how to do more with less.
Right.
But talk to me a little bit about, should I be boosting in Facebook? Should I be buying ads in Facebook? Like, where does Meta want its money?
Meta demands to be paid. Yes. So, yeah. And one big mistake I see a lot of local businesses and businesses in general making is that they're boosting too often, they're spending more of their budget in the boosted section when you really should be spending more money in the ads manager towards an optimized ad. And you can optimize around getting purchases, getting leads, and really focus your budget on those specific ad types that are going to perform a little better than a boosted post. Boosted posts are designed to get in front of your audience, and I think for sure they have their place in your marketing strategy, but I would say 5, 10, 20, and then the bulk of your money should be spent in lead generation campaigns or purchased op.
I am as guilty as anyone of this, but I love to click that boost me button.
It's easy.
Like, it comes up, I'm like,
easy button.
Yeah,
Easy.
let's do it. We'll boost that post. Why not? I love though this concept of like, look, let's take a step back with what you're doing, and let's actually like put this into a full-on plan. And in the car wash industry, I'll talk about this a lot, but we do really well with process. So this is no different. You should build the plan, create the process, execute the process to do the plan, and then you're good. But what else, if not Facebook, do we need to be worried about spending money other places? Should we be getting off of the platform?
A little bit. I'm definitely recommending diversifying because Facebook is still number one. People say, should I get off now? I'm like, not now. But I think Facebook has, at least a few more years of life, but it's smart right now to diversify. I would say for sure YouTube. And YouTube can also help you, and of course Google Ads in general are a great place to spend money. But also, think about Instagram, and I know Instagram's also Meta, but it's where people are migrating to. You want to be where the eyeballs are, and that is a growing place. And I know a lot of your car wash people are on Instagram already, but think about where you're spending your time and efforts to make sure that you're getting that bang for the buck.
Well, and again, about what you want to do. Like, what are you trying to accomplish with that? and then what's the best platform to get you there. If you just want to show off cool experiences, Instagram is great for that.
Yeah,
right?
it
You
is.
can go there and show very visual, very beautiful shots. But if you are really trying to catch customers when they're ready to buy, Google My Business, you need to be spending dollars there.
Exactly,
yes.
For sure. And there's, for sure, Google is a key piece of your advertising strategy. I do think like Facebook and Instagram can be a great place to advertise as well, because you are, like I've often seen, especially in local businesses, we're getting cheaper leads in Facebook and Instagram than maybe Google. So think about lead generation ads, because those can help you get phone numbers and emails, connect to people, can be a great way to just run special offers and things like that.
You guys in the audience, if you're itching to ask a question, you can do that if you want. I just ask if you have a question, go ahead and queue up at one of the two microphones, and then we'll call on you. And when we call on you, if you could say your name and the wash or organization that you're with, that'd be super helpful for anybody that's not here in this room and watching at home on the interwebs. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and queue up, and we'll get to those in just a second. I want to ask though, what are some maybe one or two things that we can do right now to be better right away?
Yeah. So a few things. One, let's talk about organic and then also ads. So organically, some of the best things you can do right now are to really watch your metrics, and you find those in the business suite under the analytics part of the business suite. And I find that people don't often look at their metrics to see what has actually worked. And let's just do more of that. Let's just see, why do we think this worked? Was it the image? Was it the call to action with that? When are you seeing that spike in engagement? And how can you just save yourself some time by doing more of that type of activity? So that's a great organic tip. In the ad space, one of the things I see people not doing very often is testing multiple images. What I've done is I found that sometimes one image will convert at twice the rate of another image. You're cutting your ad cost in half by just testing a couple of things. Because sometimes people will say, I'll test one thing, and they're like, Facebook ads don't work. I knew it, But what it is just testing the right thing. And if you keep all the text the same, just test a different image, maybe even a video. One of the things that is working really well right now are super casual videos, because they look native to the platform. So it doesn't have to be really well done. You don't have to go out and get some videographer, spend a bunch of money on a video. Just something super simple. I did something with a local carpet cleaner. It was just a carpet cleaner going back and forth across the rug, converted twice the number of leads as our professionally done things.
Yeah, video is huge. And look, we could get into this in lots of ways, but we could talk about TikTok as a way to actually create content that you could then use. We'll get to that. That's later. Don't worry about that. We do have a question here at this microphone. Go ahead and give us your name and organization.
Hi, I'm Julie Graff. I'm with DRB, and I was wondering, with iOS 14 and the privacy stuff, are there any techniques that you recommend to kind of help with that? Because we've definitely noticed loss in performance from that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there's a couple of things with iOS 14. And for people who aren't familiar with iOS 14, what's happening is people are opting out of tracking. And so that's going to affect your ad strategy if you're using the Facebook Pixel, for example, because we're not going to track those conversions, those leads as much. A lead generation ad can be a way to combat that, because lead generation ads happen all on Facebook. It's a pop-up form on Facebook. It all is tracked properly because it is all contained within Facebook. So iOS 14 doesn't affect that. Now, I've seen some really wild up and down performance this whole year, especially fourth quarter is always more expensive to advertise in. So sometimes it's really about just testing varying different things, trying different things, because when we test different strategies, then we find out what is working best. So it's tough. It's been tough, but I think that hopefully things will start to normalize a little bit in the beginning of the new year.
Well, and Apple and what they're doing with the privacy thing, no matter what side of the fence you're on with it, it's going to be a big impact.
Yes.
And there's additional layers of that consequence where the hide my email feature is a hard one, because even in these lead gen campaigns, you aren't going to get the real email. So you kind of got to trust what you're getting, and you're going to look at it. You're going to, from a data perspective, you're going to want to wipe that out.
Right. Well, and the lead generation campaigns that are run on Facebook take the information from the person's
from the
profile.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
So that's a good benefit too, is that you're getting a good email because it's their login email.
Perfect.
That is being auto-filled into that. Now they can change that.
Right.
So we're always struggling.
They won't.
Yeah.
We've got another question here.
Yes.
I'm a Turo Splash Express in Santa Rosa, California. What role do you see traditional media playing, and if so, which media, and how would you recommend using it?
So you're talking traditional media like magazines, outlet, like
Magazines, radio, television, outdoor.
television. Yeah, I mean that's a challenge. So I'm not as much of an expert in that field. I think that it really takes multiple touch points for you to communicate your brand message, for you to get in front of those customers. The thing that I am not in love with as much with traditional media is the lack of measurement in a lot of ways.
Right.
So that's why I really prefer Google Ads, YouTube, Facebook, all that, because we're just getting more data in order to make better decisions. Obviously with traditional media, I think anytime you can implement some sort of tracking code, so you know where they came from, that's helpful. And I think they still do have their place. I think it's all becoming more challenging, So it's just where you see and your people coming from, and then just tracking and comparing against the other platforms where you're spending money.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely still going to play a role, right? I mean,
it is.
You still have to be in all the places where your customers are, where your potential customers are, or they're never going to recognize you. And as much as you might feel like, maybe I don't need to do that TV ad.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe not. But maybe you should look at the Hulu ad platform. Or maybe you should be, there's lots of other ways to tackle that.
Yeah, there's a lot of smaller platforms that are going to be less expensive, so it can make sense to be there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We've got about a minute left. Any more questions from the crowd? It seems like no. See, you guys are so good. You're no longer a Facebook marketing dummy like me, so we're in good shape together. That's perfect. Well, Andrea, is there any last maybe parting words that you can lay on us that will make us smarter?
Yeah, I think really just if you're having fun with your social media, then your users and your audience is going to have fun too. So I'm always a big proponent of adding humor, adding a little fun in there, getting a little wacky, trying a little something different, and that's where you can really surprise yourself a lot of times.
Yeah, have fun. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not have fun? Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much.
We are going to have a not this exact conversation, but we're going to go more marketing. That's been kind of the theme of the morning. We talked to a marketing panel a little bit earlier about customer reviews. We're going to be talking to Mark Schaefer, who is another one of our premium speakers in the kind of marketing vein, in just about 10 minutes or so. So if you guys want to hang out here, you're more than welcome to. If you have other conversations you want to carry on, you can take those over to the Talk Car Wash Lounge as well. So thank you again, Andrea.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, so that was our conversation with Andrea Vahl, digital marketing expert and co-author of Facebook Marketing for Dummies. That was from the Car Wash Show 2021. Guess what? We're going to be doing that again in May in Nashville with a whole different lineup of industry experts, people from outside the industry. We're going to have a lot of great panels for you. So those are going to be going on anytime the trade show floor is open, friends. So we'll be on the trade show floor in our studio. Come by and see us. Last year, I had a phrase that pays, and so if you came up to me and you told me that phrase, you got a prize. I'm going to have one of those for you again, but the trick is you gotta watch and or listen to these episodes to figure out what is that phrase that's going to pay at the Car Wash Show 2022, May 9 through 11 in Nashville at the Car Wash Magazine Live Studio. That's a mouthful. All right, I just want to let you guys know really quickly that we've got some pretty awesome conversations coming up for you. I've been doing a lot of the prep work on these, and so I'm really excited. We've got the Bubble Barn coming up next week. That's with Jessica Zazworski, and we go see that facility. That's another in the field opportunity for you. And then the week after that, so that's March 31st, it's the last Thursday of the month, and so you know what that means. We've got a panel of experts, our car wash experts, coming together. We're going to be talking about how you can scale your marketing execution as you grow. So that's going to be a really insightful conversation. I really think it's going to have a big impact for you. So make sure you put that on your calendar. That's Thursday, March 31st. We've got some great conversations coming up as well with Hernani Alves. We've got Everwash. We're going to be having another marketing panel next month. So mark your calendars, friends. Thursdays are content days. Thursdays are creation days. And Thursdays are idea days. So until next time, when you're out there and you're working on making sure that your foam is going to bring all the cars to the yard, there's just one thing you've got to do, and that is, you got it. Keep it clean.